This is it. The Temple of the One.
At last.
Godwoken. Are your studies complete?
Fane looks around in wonder, taking it all in.
This is my academy. It's where I did my research. Of course, it was a little less destroyed in my day. No, I was not one to keep drawings by my child in a place of work. And even if I had such things, I fear they would have been destroyed centuries ago. It also looks like someone's refurbished the place. No, there is nothing for me here. Only memories. And the immense power of several deities, of course. No. No, it was not. But there comes a time when a man must choose between his friends and a multi-tentacled dark god-worshipping monster. Even if that monster was once one of your people. I knew it like the back of my hand once. Alas.
Fane holds up a skeletal hand, turning it in the cool light.
I left the back of my hand in a tomb a millennia ago, and much of my memory with it. But I trust you. You have taken us this far. I will follow you the rest of the way.
What can I do for you? If this man was to be believed, he was the House of Shadows, which implies said institution exists no longer. I am not of the opinion, however, that this man was to be believed. Was he prince? Maybe. Did he truly work for the good of our empire? Perhaps. He could have been no more than a lowborn, with a taste for drama and deceit. He could be one shadow prince in a legion of thousands. All that matters is, he's dead. No longer can he stand in my way, or pose a threat to Sadha. Which quite calls for a celebratory round of drinks, as far as I'm concerned. Rather hard not to think of Divinity, wouldn't you say, once it's become a promise? I've always known I was destined for greatness. To be Godwoken, though, that I did not quite see coming. Did you? Admiration, jealousy, and fear. Ha! Like we were separated at birth. But of course that doesn't quite answer your original question. I have thought about the prospect of divinity, yes, and about what divinity really means. When one strips away from the term all the pomp, all the piety, all the manifold associations it calls to mind, one is left with a single word: power. The true meaning of divinity is power, and as it so happens, power means a great deal to me. The only thing you have to ask yourself is, does it mean anything to you?
This is where one of us will ascend. The very best.
She cocks her head ever so slightly and eyes you as innocently as a kitten.
Why? Don't tell me you disagree. Thank you. I quite agree, and I'm sure I'll have mercy on you when I'm a goddess. You, but a mortal at my feet. In all seriousness, though, the prospect both tickles and terrifies me. I mean, divinity. Will it be a blessing or a burden? Would we be truly omnipotent, or merely the servants of an unruly universe, as desperate for control as we are now? And then there's the question that makes me shiver most of all. Would we still be ourselves? Would I remain Sibyl, or would my mortal soul die upon gaining divine immortality? But I do, for I've no intention of losing myself once more.
She sighs and closes her eyes, then smiles her easy smile.
Such a silly game we play, to be a god. It's quite wasted on mortals, if you ask me. We are all of us too blemished to become immaculate.
Are your studies complete, Godwoken? All Godwoken have completed their studies. I take you now to the arena of the One. There you may fall, or you may rise. So it begins. The first Godwoken to enter the wellspring becomes divine. May the new divine be worthy. For the rest, may he have mercy on your soul. To the wellspring. Begin.
So this is it. The Arena of the One. I wish you good luck, but I won't promise you mercy.
bleeding.
So good of you to come, God Awoken. You know, you are many things, but above all, you are reliable. Reliable to the point of being predictable. You came to the wellspring. I followed. The Lady Vengeance is, after all, my ship. And now here we all are.
It is time, mistress.
She gives you a long and steady look, as if it is the last time you shall see each other for the rest of eternity. Then she dips her chin in acknowledgement. You are almost her equal.
Yes, Vredeman. It is time.
She raises the Aetherin. Like a divining rod to water, it seeks the wellspring and finds it. The device hums to life.
We are done, mistress.
Yes, Vredeman, we are done. And so too, Godwoken, are you. Soon you shall be little more than relics of a bygone time, and this place shall be your tomb. Goodbye.
Really? Do you think so?
The ritual has failed. The structure lies in ruins, but you have at least survived. You should feel relief, disappointment, confusion, anything but the rage that wells up from deep within you. The rage grows, burning hotter than the volcano itself, tearing at you, seeking to overpower your senses. The red mist wants to descend. The red mist feels like it does not belong to you. The red mist feels alive. And it wants you. A familiar figure materializes before you. A copy of yourself, enraged. Your own face glowers at you in hateful fury. It opens its mouth, and your furious god begins to speak.
I called a hero from the chaff. I called her here to me. I called a hero from below, and she shall set us free. Hear and heed my call, my love. Your hand is mine to hold. Hear and heed my call, my love. I've secrets to unfold. You are mine, you are my own. Your life belongs to me. You are mine, you are my own. My champion to be.
She gives you a look of the deepest, darkest contempt.
My mistake. I saved you. I guided you. I blessed you. I built you into what you are. I made you. I asked much of you, but I gave you everything you needed to reach your goal. And yet, you failed me, and you felt you could throw me a bone.
A memory returns. A sacrifice at an altar on the island. Zolstissa smiles and seems to grow.
I admit, I ate that bone. Now I must do the job for which you were made. Now I must wield what's left of my power and become the one god, savior of the kin and lord of Rivalon. Give me your body and soul, now before the others come. There can be only one now. Give yourself to me. You never learn your lesson, do you? I gave you life. Now I take it away.
titan lies in pieces before you. The god controlling it is dead by your hand. Lava roils as earthquakes rumble around you. Shockwaves of sound pierce the air, the growl of shifting ground. Suddenly, a voice echoes in your mind. It's Malady. Where the hell are you, she calls. Ah, find my beacon. We need to get out of here now. Her voice crackles and dissipates in your mind.
I guess when I said never again, I really meant once or twice more. Okay. Okay. The Hall of Echoes once more. Our home away from home. Close indeed. You almost became a god, and instead you're still... you. At least you managed to murder one of the 7. Quite the spectacle. I've never seen anything so... Let's talk about this later. I need to rest. We've still one big jump to go, but... it'll have to wait.
She casts her gaze around, taking in the streaming bluish ether. She breathes a deep, ragged breath.
At least, it's quite beautiful here, isn't it? I'm going to take a rest, sort myself out. I suggest you do the same. Speak to the ship if you need me. She'll know where to find me. This may be your last bit of respite before the storm blows in again, Godwoken. Enjoy it. You deserve that much.
Ifan's spirit stares at you, seemingly through you. There is neither affection nor blame in his expression. He gives no sign of seeing you. Ifan's eyes flicker rapidly from side to side, as if trying to take in an expansive sight. He whispers, Kleku Duma, oh, then that you... Gareth's head is steady, but his face is pale, and his eyes are lost.
We still have a mission, Godwoken. You must ascend. I will see it through.
After all that's just happened, life, every flawed morsel of it, seems more precious to you than ever. You look around at those who have accompanied you so far. In each one, something unique shines through. Divinity has eluded you so far, but life beats strong within you, here and now. Who knows what lies ahead for you, for your companions? Your quest failed. The void is growing stronger, and the hall is dark. You feel the need for some affection. Perhaps they feel it too.
A million candles. A million all around. And they're just like me. They're just like me. The demon. He keeps our souls. He keeps them all forever. I see it all. I see it all. How could you? I'll never be free of him now. Do you understand that? I'll never be free of him now. What end? He has me now. He has me forever. I'll never be free of him. I guess it was always going to be you, wasn't it? I hope you're happy.
Not many things I can fetch around here, but who cares, eh? Look at this place!
All this commotion hasn't made it any easier for me to restore anathema. The fewer distractions, the better. My efforts continue. I must admit it's quite an intricate piece to work with, even for someone like myself. I remain...
Corbin, the Fletcher you rescued from Roost Anon at the Culwood Mills, sparks to life at the sight of you and breaks into a great grin.
Oh, yeah? Oh, I mean, hey, how are you? All settled in myself? Can't tell you how glad I am to be here. And thank you for bringing me. I feel it, you know? I really do. By all means.
As you approach, the silent monk puffs a bit of air from between her stitched lips. The silent monk cocks his right ear towards you, then his left. He appears to be awaiting instructions.
Take whatever time you need to gather yourself, my friend. When you are ready, we can proceed.
People are going to perish. People are going to die, and I can't stop it. She'll do it now. She'll never stop. She'll never stop.
Are you ready to continue the journey? One word, and the Lady Vengeance will take us back to our world.
There you are. I hear Malady wants to continue the journey. We've but to talk to the Lady Vengeance, and off we pop.
Well, hello again. As much as I would enjoy sailing these waters with you, I fear our time is short. I believe Malady recommended speaking to the ship's head when you were ready to leave. But I suppose it all depends on how much faith you put in a half-demon.
Just say the word, and our journey shall continue. It shall be done.
Malady's face is drawn. She seems tired, somewhat subdued. She looks you over and squints.
What's wrong with you? You seem happy. It's written all over you. In truth, I'm glad to see it. A joyful God is a just God. I've had some time to think, and there's a few matters I want to discuss before we carry on. I doubt you've forgotten the death of Meister Siva.
She swallows hard and closes her eyes for a moment, as though trying to dispel a dizzy spell.
She and I had a deal, you see. A deal that's now quite obviously defunct. According to its terms, I was to help you ascend to divinity, and she was to help me with another matter. The details aren't important now, it's just... never mind. Another entangling alliance. But I won't be able to disentangle it on my own. There may come a time when I need to count on you as an ally. So, are we? Allies, that is. The details are detailed. Suffice it to say that Meister Siva believed she could help me. And I believe you're twice the sorcerer she ever was. So? Imagine if I'd have said the same when Dallas was about to blow you to smithereens on the high seas. Moving on. I found out where Dallas is heading. There's a great city not far from Driftwood, Arx by name. It's controlled by Magisters, so you'll have your work cut out for you. We have to find out what she's planning to do with the powers of the Seven. You'll need to find her and take back what she stole, and quickly, before she does something irreversible. Dallas, or any of the others for that matter, cannot be allowed to use the powers of the gods. She doesn't understand what must be done. She doesn't understand how to rule. It's quite simple, really. Chaos is a fact of life, surer than any other. Power is one of the few structures that can cut a line through that chaos. If wielded well, that line will mean stability, order, a comfort against the unknowable, changing forces of chaos. If wielded poorly, the line will mean domination, terror, different from chaos, but no better. Dallas, and the others like her, Alexander, the Mother Tree, the Prince of Shadows, they are little better than demons, really. They seek power at the expense of others, not to create stability, but to create servants. Look at my face, Godwoken. What do you see? I suppose we all see what we want to see. When I look in the mirror, I see balance. Balance between darkness and light, between good and evil. Whatever those categories mean. When the time comes for you to ascend, remember my face. Remember that despite any shortcomings you might have, if you can bring a semblance of balance to the world, you'll have done as good as the Seven did. And if you can be stronger than them, you'll do all the better. The Seven are gone, slain by their Godwoken, slain by you. You have the potential, the obligation even, to do better than they did, to create a better world than the world they made. I know what evil is, Godwoken. I've seen what chaos can do. It isn't how I picture Rivellon's future. You are my insurance against that. Now, there's little time to spare. We need to get you to Arx, find Dallas, take back what she stole. Shall we go? Very good. How lucky for you I'm on your side. I'm probably the only one masterful enough to transport an entire ship safely between the land of the dead and the land of the living. Captain Malady stands at the ready.
After the briefest moment of respite, Malady brought the Godwoken to Arx to recover the divine powers Dallas had snatched away. But the half-demon's secret was taking its toll on her.
Lucius! Fools! The bastard's going to ruin everything! Brace! 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 Don't say anything.
Malady groans, her face twisting in pain. She falls to one knee, catching herself on her hands. She raises one hand and raises herself to her feet.
Now, no need to fuss, I'll be fine. It's just that traveling between the realms isn't easy, you know? It takes something from my soul each time. But never you fear, I've pulled a clever trick out of my sleeve. The Lady Vengeance stands in two realms at once. Her body here, her soul in the Hall of Echoes. You can still return at your leisure. At least I got us where we wanted to go. This is Arx. This is where Dallas has fled with the powers of the gods. This is where the path to divinity leads. Dallas must be stopped. She has stolen the powers of the Seven. You'll need to get the Aetherin back if you're to fight the God King. You'll need it if you're to ascend. Track her in Arx. Find out where she's gone and end her. Take back the Aetherin and the powers of the gods with it. You cannot fail, Godwoken. Not for anything.
Gareth massages his forehead and grunts.
Ugh. Why does everything have to go to absolute shite? Glad to see you're still kicking at least. Though I should warn you, Arx kicks back.
Gareth scans the wreckage and whistles. The Lady Vengeance is well and truly ruined. He stretches an arm in front of him and takes inventory of every scrape, cut, and bruise.
As good as I'm gonna get. Godwoken, it may be Lucian's day, but Arx will give you little cause to celebrate. I must stay here, but I can give you this. Through it, Lucian may still protect you. It's a city at a crossroads. Volumes could be written about a single conflict. Yet Arx endures an infinitude at once. It's from Arx that the Divine Order operates, so to speak. Though you'll find its operations are as scattered as dandelion seeds in a cyclone. With both factions at odds, sorcery is not a pervading concern. Do not, however, assume that every paladin offers safe haven. The enemy of your enemy is not always a friend. Were I wearing your boots, I'd seek out Ahu, the Lord Protector, and the Keeper of Lucian's Crypt. He is a wise one, and may offer you help. I'll do what I do best, hold things together. Those that remain still need a chief, so I'll attend to whatever needs attending to. I have no more surprises up my sleeve. I dare say you've had enough.
Gareth grasps your shoulder as you turn to go.
You've done much for me. It's a miracle I even stand here now, frankly. You've got more miracles in you. With you, what was impossible seems possible again.
Not the finest of landings, though I suppose our dear vessel did well enough, given it's not exactly in its natural habitat. At least I can still access all of my tools in the Hall of Echoes. I wouldn't relish the prospect of scouring through all this wreckage to find what I need. Why work, of course? Anathema won't restore itself, I dare say. I shall finish what I started, aboard whatever remains of the Lady Vengeance in the Hall of Echoes. Come and find me later in the Hall of Echoes. I believe I'm rather close to having Anathema in working order.
Hurry along now. You'll need to find Dallas before it's too late. That's for you to discover. Arx is rife with Divine Order grunts, though. If she's among them, they'll know where to look. Take care of yourself, Godwoken. I may not always be there to do it for you.
The big acorn has come! The prophecy has been fulfilled! Did you feel its power as it fell from the sky?
Lucian the Divine, standing guard over Arx. He's been slacking off by the look of things.